Today I want to talk about joy. Whilst we hear a lot about happiness, there's not so much said about joy. And yet joy is so much more than happiness. Happiness very much depends on happenings. In other words, it's dependent on our circumstances. Getting a new job or promotion at work will make us happy, as we're doing well in exams or winning a race, or recovering from an illness, or coming into some money, having a nice meal out, a good night out, meeting up with friends will all make us happy. But what happens if the sun is not shining, or if you have too much on at work, or if you no longer have a job? What then? Joy has been described as the feeling of grinning inside, and is not dependent on our circumstances. So how do we get it? Well, first, joy does not come from the world. Indeed, it seems actually that things are getting worse, and all the news headlines just confirm this. The Bible tells us in Nehemiah chapter 8 and verse 10 that the joy of the Lord is your strength. Now that not only tells us where joy comes from God, but that joy is what we need to strengthen and sustain us through the tough times that come to us all. So how can we obtain this joy? Well, God wants all of us to have this joy, but He makes it clear in the Bible that joy can only come through Jesus. Unless you know Jesus, you cannot experience true joy. Joy is not restricted to happy feelings, but is having an absolute confidence in God, no matter what we are going through. That's how Paul and Silas could sing while they were beaten and chained up in a dark and dingy cell, because they knew that God was with them. Indeed, that is the secret to joy. Having such a trust in God that whatever happens to you, you know that He will be with you. He will look after you, and you will have a great reward in store for you when you go to be with Him. We are all human, and it's so easy to get wrapped up in what we are doing. Many Christians are not experiencing the joy of the Lord. Their glass is always half empty. But this is not what God wants for you. Remember what God has done for you. Remember how God has blessed you, and remember the promises He has given you for your future. So ask Him to help you and to fill you afresh with His Spirit. And let's get back to being a people full of the joy of the Lord. People need that joy, and it's up to you to show them how. Have a great week. Thank you.